Sal. Let's head to the Bay Area, where the 49ers are trying to bounce back from a blowout loss to the Dolphins. Jimmy G was awful, throwing for only 77 yards with 2 interceptions before being pulled at halftime. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo was working himself back from an ankle injury, but he was a full participant in practice yesterday. Head coach Kyle Shanahan is still being cautious, saying if it looks like he's hurting Sunday against the Rams, he'll pull him again. Bucky's back with us. I've been gladder to see more people in my life. But Marcellus, you like the 49ers putting a short leash on Jimmy G?
I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. Decisions like this, in terms of are you going to play or not, I think are better used and served pregame. Like, you just make a decision, and even if you're wrong, you're protecting your player. Versus, and I've been in this situation before where coaches like, all right, you have one of those play-through injuries. We're going to see how you play through that injury. If you're playing up to your standard, then okay, you can keep playing. If you're not, bring your butt back here. But that would be consecutive weeks if that was the outcome of Jimmy G once again being benched. So I don't like it. Here's the thing. This could be a thinly veiled excuse, real talk. Like, in terms of coaches using this at times, like, oh, we want you to go out there and play through it. Oh, you find yourself once again not playing all the way through. Oh, so when we have to do our evaluation at the end of the year, we have some things on your resume that are demerits. And why would I say they want to put him out there and not let him succeed and maybe fail? Why set him up for failure? A lot of conversation this offseason about Tom Brady going to the 49ers. Oh, that was Knicks. A lot of conversation right now about Matt Ryan potentially out in Atlanta and his former guy in Kyle Shanahan. Oh, no. Oh, what about Kirk Cousins? A lot of conversation out there. Man, I'm telling you, sometimes the business side, the political side of the NFL, it starts leaking. And y'all start saying, why are they doing that and doing that? Well, if you want to go behind the veil, these are moments where you can look at in hindsight and say that was leading to the result.
Marcellus, where there's smoke, there's fire. And that is definitely true in the National Football League. And I think this goes all the way back to, let's just go to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, at the end of the first half, 2-minute drive, you got a franchise quarterback, or so we call a franchise quarterback, in Jimmy Garoppolo. A 2-minute situation where we've all seen the great ones. Hey, give him the ball. You call your own plays. We're going to go down here and get a field goal. Yet, Kyle Shanahan didn't do that. He elected to run the ball and run the timeout. And then, he had a last-ditch effort to throw a ball to George Kittle. So now let's go into this season. We're looking at Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jimmy Garoppolo has really struggled because in the 3 games that he's played, he hasn't finished 2 of them. And when you look at how he was playing against the Miami Dolphins, he was absolutely horrible. He was terrible. He was horrific. He was all the negative adjectives that you can throw to describe a player. And so, something that we've never seen, a franchise quarterback who is making upwards of almost $30 million, he gets pulled in a game because the coach says, I want to protect him. Marcellus and Emmanuel Acho, Kyle Shanahan is letting us know what he thinks about his quarterback, the way that he utilizes his quarterback. When you pull your quarterback in the middle of a game and you say, I want to protect him, he doesn't really believe that Jimmy Garoppolo is that guy. And as we can continue to get down this line with Jimmy Garoppolo as their starting quarterback and this team playing without all of these defensive starters, we're seeing that maybe, Jimmy Garoppolo is just a guy.
Can I say that franchise money does not make one a franchise quarterback? I think that's what we learned. I hate the decision to put Jimmy G on a short leash because I'm like you, Sal. If you're going to play him, play him. If you gonna bench him, bench him. Not no break glass if necessary, no. If you gonna play him. You have to understand, quarterbacks more than any other position, you have to think about the psychological, you have to think about the emotional, you have to think about the physical. You can't roll Jimmy G out there and then try to roll him back in there. It's like once you pop, that's it. It's got to go. I think about it also is, you're only creating controversy for yourself, Kyle Shanahan. Remember that phrase, even a fool is believed to be wise if he keeps silent. Even a fool is believed to be wise if he doesn't say anything. Even Jimmy G is believed to be good if he keeps on the bench, right? If Jimmy G don't play, we not gonna know that he's sorry. But you put him out there prematurely against the Dolphins, and now we all like, oh, Jimmy G, sorry. Don't play the man prematurely if he's not ready to play. But also, Kyle Shanahan, head coach, You told us September 30th, what, about 17 or so days ago now, when asked about benching Jimmy G, you said, nah, that scenario doesn't exist. This is Jimmy's team. He's done a hell of a job for us. He'll be playing again. But then you bench him just 11 days later. Don't create a controversy for yourself. If you ain't healthy, don't play him. No short leash, none of that.
No. I don't know. I'm gonna take you back to college, right? Because I know we all were struggling college students, didn't have a lot of money in our pocket, but we all had this lady that we had our eye on. And we said, lady, I'm gonna take you out. And if I take you to this place, and if you order off of this side of the menu, then you know what kind of party we're having later on. And so what Kyle Shanahan has done is he has said, hey, Jimmy Garoppolo, if you can't get this done, then I can't take you to the club. I can't bring you back. And so if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get this done, he has to be someone who can be more productive and put out. If not, we have to go to somebody else and give them an opportunity to be productive.
Yeah, wow. I have a lot of stories off air for that analogy right there. But let me stay on topic right there. That is exactly what's happening. And it's funny because in these moments when coaches give you a short leash, what they're really also doing is now allow you to have the freedom to play, to have the opportunity to make adjustments like coaches do, or the opportunity to self-correct. I'll give it to you in a story. My favorite move, my best move, was the Richard Dent chop move. And sometimes you go in the game and you try it in the first quarter and your best move doesn't work. And you're sitting there running a mental calculus for the rest of that game of when can I set him up so I can do my best move again. But if coach yanks you, then he doesn't give you that opportunity. He doesn't allow you to go out there and play that game of chess. With a short leash, you all of a sudden turn a football player from playing a game of chess to a game of checkers. He just has to go out there with such an extreme sense of urgency that he doesn't even play his game. You see that a lot when you see running backs by committee. They don't set up plays. They just go out there and try to score a touchdown on every play, and usually that undermines their production.
They're putting him, Marcellus, to your point, they're putting the quarterback, Jimmy G, in a losing position. Yeah. If you put him in on a short leash, you put him in a losing position. I would go story for him, but I don't have a ton of football stories. Again, I didn't last there long. I lasted in the casinos plenty long time. If you go into the casino with a time limit, I'm telling you right now, you gonna lose money. Because at the end of the day, you might not start off as hot as you would like. If you go in with Jimmy G with a time limit, meaning that he will be benched before the game is over, then all you're gonna do is sit here. As soon as he makes a mistake, that's it.
That's it.
You can't play football at a high level looking over your shoulder. It has been said, a quarterback competition simply means you don't have a starting quarterback. So the short leash thing is really just, it is a early indicator, a pre-indication rather of Jimmy G, your time in the Bay, it is dwindling very, very quickly.
Hey, Emmanuel Acho, I actually like that analogy, and I'm actually going to say that you and I live kindred football lives, meaning we understand, because you were sitting there talking about not looking over your shoulder, but that's the life that we live. And when you have to look over your shoulder, then you either have to perform or you have to move on. And what the 49ers have done is they've removed the quarterback label off of Jimmy Garoppolo. And they're treating Jimmy Garoppolo like a regular position player, meaning if you play well, you get to stay in the rotation. If you don't, we're going to hand the ball off to C.J. Beathard or Nick Mullins. And even though we have an understanding that those guys are lesser than, the way that you're playing, you're on that same plane. So there's no difference between you and them. I might as well play them if you're not giving me the production that I'm expecting from you as our starting quarterback.
Yeah, man. Look, we all played in the game, but I did have a blessing of experience to play at the high level when I didn't have to look over my shoulder, and at other levels when I felt that pressure, coach breathing down my neck. And it's funny looking back, I never was yanked until I was yankable. What is that? I was never yanked until...
Wait, Marcel, that's a Wileyism. I need that in Wileyism form, please, sir. On the spot, I need that in Wileyism form.
Oh, never yanked until I was yankable. Yank worthy. Like what? I never rotated. My tongue had been on the ground. I'm over there white around my lips. And coach was like, Wilder, you still in there? Because I was balling. As soon as I start coming down that hill, they looking at you like, hey, Wilder, come here. You like, what you want? And he's like, you know what I want. I want your butt on the sidelines. And that rotation in and out of the lineup usually ends a rotation you on another team. Coming up in our big story, Andy Dalton is he the next man up in Dallas? Oh, yes, he is. It's time for him to ball. We'll tell you if he will make the Cowboys forget about him. He will. Prescott, stop.